Have you ever wondered why some people stay sharp, curious, and creative even as they grow older, while others lose focus and energy over time? The answer is not luck, and it is not genetics. It depends on how they train their minds. Your brain is the most powerful tool you will ever own. It shapes how you think, how you feel, and how you live. Every idea you create, every decision you make, and every emotion you experience begins inside your mind. Yet, many of us forget to take care of it. We work on our bodies, plan our goals, and chase success, but we rarely ask ourselves a simple question: how healthy is my mind today? A clear and focused mind can change everything. It helps you learn faster, stay calm during challenges, and make wiser decisions. It allows you to notice the beauty around you, connect more deeply with others, and live with meaning. When your mind is strong, you do not just move through life, you grow through it. The brain is not something fixed or limited. It can be shaped, renewed, and strengthened at any age. Modern neuroscience calls this ability neuroplasticity, which means your brain can form new connections and rebuild itself through learning and experience. Every challenge you face, every habit you form, and every skill you learn has the power to reshape your brain in positive ways. That is what makes this journey so inspiring. You are not stuck with the mind you have today. You can train it to become more focused, creative, and resilient. You can rebuild your attention, strengthen your memory, and bring back your natural curiosity one small step at a time. Welcome to Fluent English with Riadio, where we believe that learning a language is more than just learning words. It is about building a stronger mindset, a clearer focus, and a deeper understanding of yourself. Here, we explore how personal growth and language learning work together to make you more confident and capable in every part of life. In this episode, you will discover practical and science-based habits that can help you keep your brain young, rebuild its strength, and protect your focus. These methods can bring back your clarity, focus, and mental strength. But before we start, we need to understand what has been silently slowing your brain down without you even realizing it. So let's begin by exploring the real cause behind it all. Why your brain is losing focus and energy. Have you ever felt like your mind is always busy but rarely clear? You wake up, check your phone, rush through the day, and fall asleep feeling mentally drained. You try to focus, but your attention keeps slipping away. It feels harder to think deeply, remember things, or stay present in the moment. The reason is not that you are lazy or undisciplined. The truth is that modern life has quietly changed the way your brain works. Every day, your mind is bombarded with information. Studies from the University of California show that an average person consumes nearly 34 gigabytes of data daily through phones, computers, and television. That is the same as reading more than 100,000 words every single day. Your brain was not designed to handle that much input. It becomes overloaded, jumping from one idea to another without time to process or reflect. Technology has made life more efficient, but it has also made attention fragile. Every sound, vibration, and notification triggers your brain's reward system, releasing a small amount of dopamine. It feels good for a moment, so you check again. Over time, this cycle trains your brain to crave constant stimulation. Focus becomes uncomfortable. Silence feels strange. Boredom, which once gave space for creativity, now feels like something to escape from. Think of your mind like a muscle. When it is constantly distracted, it never builds strength. Just like your body becomes weak without exercise, your brain becomes dull without challenge. The ability to think deeply, to analyze, and to create comes from mental effort. Yet modern comfort often removes the need for effort. You can find quick answers online instead of remembering them. You can scroll through endless videos instead of reflecting on your thoughts. Slowly, your brain forgets how to focus, how to imagine, and how to stay curious. Repetition is another silent enemy. When every day feels the same, your brain stops learning. You follow familiar routes, talk to the same people, and solve the same kinds of problems. The brain saves energy by forming habits, but if life becomes too predictable, those neural pathways become rigid. You stop forming new connections, and your mental flexibility decreases. Psychologists call this cognitive stagnation, a state where the mind feels safe but uninspired. Comfort also plays a hidden role. It feels pleasant in the short term, but over time it weakens your inner strength. Every time you avoid a challenge or choose what feels easy, you send your brain a message that discomfort is dangerous. Slowly, you start avoiding anything that feels difficult, even when it could help you grow. The brain then learns to stay in the same place, safe but stagnant. Emotional overload makes this problem worse. Modern life keeps us constantly connected but emotionally detached. We are surrounded by noise, yet feel alone inside. Our days are filled with tasks, but our hearts rarely find peace. When your emotions are not processed, your brain stays in survival mode, producing stress hormones that affect memory, attention, and mood. You feel mentally tired even after doing very little. And then there is sleep. Once a natural part of recovery, it has now become a luxury. Many people sacrifice sleep to meet deadlines, check messages, or scroll through social media late at night. But sleep is when the brain cleans itself, organizes memories, and restores energy. Without it, mental clarity fades. You wake up groggy, your thinking slows down, and you depend even more on caffeine or digital stimulation to feel awake. All these factors combine to create what neuroscientists call a silent decline in cognitive function. It does not happen overnight. It begins with small habits, repeated over time. You might feel productive, but your brain is running on shallow energy. It is like driving a car that keeps losing power no matter how hard you press the gas. The good news is that this decline is not permanent. Your brain is alive, adaptable, and ready to change. It can rebuild new connections and regain strength when you give it the right challenges. Just as your body grows stronger with regular exercise, your brain becomes sharper when you train it with intention and discipline. That is why awareness is the first step. Once you understand what weakens your brain, you can start protecting and rebuilding it. You can learn to focus again, think clearly, and stay mentally energized. The next step of this journey is to discover the powerful, science-based habits that can help you do exactly that. Your mind is not broken. It is simply waiting for you to take care of it. 16 habits to rebuild your brain. 1. Use your non-dominant hand. The first step to rebuilding your brain is to break the patterns that keep it running on autopilot. One simple yet powerful way to do this is by using your non-dominant hand for daily tasks such as brushing your teeth, eating, opening doors, or writing short notes. When you do this, your brain can no longer rely on old automatic pathways. Instead, it must build new neural connections to control movements it is not used to. This process, known as neuroplasticity, is the brain's natural ability to rewire itself and grow through new experiences. At first, it will feel strange and frustrating. You might drop your toothbrush, spill your coffee, or struggle to control the spoon. But that's exactly the point. That feeling of awkwardness is a signal that your brain is working harder, forming new links between neurons. Over time, these new pathways strengthen, improving coordination, memory, and attention. A study published in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience found that engaging in small, novel motor tasks increases activity in the brain regions responsible for focus and problem solving. Even a few minutes of practice each day can help keep the brain flexible and alert, reducing mental aging. This habit may look small, but it holds a deep truth. Growth begins when comfort ends. Every time you choose the more difficult path, you teach your brain resilience and adaptability. So tomorrow morning, try brushing your teeth with your opposite hand. Notice how your brain wakes up. Smile at the challenge, because with each small effort, you are literally shaping a sharper, stronger mind. 2. Do one difficult thing every day. Your brain becomes stronger when you face small challenges. Doing one difficult thing each day is a simple but powerful way to train your mind and increase self-control. It does not need to be something big or dangerous. It can be waking up 30 minutes earlier, taking a cold shower, going for a run when you feel tired, talking to someone new, or finally finishing a task you have been avoiding. The goal is not to be perfect. It is to practice consistency and courage. Each time you do something uncomfortable, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and noradrenaline that improve focus and motivation. You also strengthen the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, discipline, and emotional control. Over time, these small daily challenges help you stay calm, think clearly, and handle stress more effectively. Scientific research supports this. A study from Stanford University showed that people who regularly face small, manageable difficulties develop better mental endurance. Their brains learn to adapt faster to changes and recover more quickly from emotional or physical stress. You can think of this as mental fitness. Just like muscles grow when you exercise them, your brain grows when you train it through discomfort. When you choose to face challenges instead of avoiding them, you teach yourself that difficulty is not danger. It is development. So today, pick one thing that feels a bit hard and do it with intention. It might be uncomfortable, but that is the signal that your brain is learning and growing. Remember, one small act of courage each day builds a stronger and more confident version of you. 3. Take a daily break from screens. Your brain was never made to stare at screens all day. Yet most people spend over 6 hours each day looking at phones, computers, and televisions. This constant flow of information keeps the brain in a state of alertness, leaving it tired and less able to focus. Over time, this habit weakens memory, reduces creativity, and increases stress. Taking a daily break from screens gives your brain the rest it needs. Even just 30 minutes without any digital device can lower stress hormones like cortisol and help your mind recharge. During this quiet time, your brain begins to organize the huge amount of information it has received throughout the day. It clears space for new ideas and improves emotional balance. Many successful people understand the value of silence. Warren Buffett once said that some of his best decisions came from quiet moments of reading and thinking without any interruptions. Neuroscientists have found the same truth. Time away from screens helps restore the default mode network, a part of the brain that supports imagination, memory, and reflection. You can begin with small steps. Try setting aside 30 minutes each day to disconnect completely. Go outside for a short walk, read a printed book, write in a journal, or simply sit and breathe. Notice how your thoughts become calmer and your focus sharper afterward. In a world that never stops moving, rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity. When you give your brain rest, you give it strength. The world can wait for a few minutes, but your focus and clarity cannot. 4. Sleep in a dark and quiet room. Sleep is one of the most powerful ways to repair and strengthen your brain. During deep sleep, your brain clears waste, organizes memories, and restores focus. Without enough rest, it is harder to think clearly, make decisions, or control emotions. You may try to push through tiredness with coffee, but no amount of caffeine can replace real rest. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that people who sleep in dark and quiet environments have better memory and attention the next day. Light and noise keep your brain half awake, even when your eyes are closed. That is why sleeping with your phone next to you or watching videos before bed can make you feel tired in the morning. To protect your brain, make your bedroom a place for deep rest. Turn off bright lights, put your phone away, and keep the room cool and quiet. Try reading a few pages of a physical book before sleeping instead of scrolling. Your brain will slowly learn that night means recovery, not stimulation. Good sleep is not a luxury, it is a habit of discipline. When you give your brain enough time to rest, you are building the foundation for creativity, focus, and emotional balance. Sleep is not lost time. It is the secret space where your brain becomes stronger for the next day. 5. Take a walk in nature. Nature has a healing effect on the human mind. A short walk among trees or in a park can help your brain reset and recover from mental fatigue. Scientists from Stanford University found that walking in natural spaces lowers stress, improves mood, and increases creativity. When you walk without your phone, your attention moves from the digital world back to the real one. The brain loves variety and movement. When you walk, both sides of your brain start working together, which helps you solve problems and think more clearly. You begin to notice small details, such as the sound of birds or the feeling of the wind. These experiences remind your brain to stay present. Walking alone also gives you space to reflect. It helps you listen to your thoughts without distractions. Many great thinkers, from Aristotle to Steve Jobs, used walking as a way to organize ideas and find inspiration. It is a simple but powerful form of meditation. You do not need to walk far. Even 20 minutes in nature each day can bring peace and focus back to your mind. Leave your phone at home or keep it in your pocket. Let your senses lead the way. When you return, you will feel lighter, calmer, and more ready to focus. 6. Read something that challenges your thinking. Your brain grows when it meets new ideas. Reading something that challenges your thinking is one of the best ways to keep your mind flexible. Do not only read books or articles that you already agree with. Try exploring different opinions, new subjects, or authors from other cultures. This forces your brain to compare, analyze, and create new connections. Studies show that reading complex or unfamiliar material activates areas of the brain linked to reasoning and empathy. You start to understand not only information, but also emotions and perspectives. This helps you become more open-minded and less reactive when facing new ideas in real life. The goal is not to change your beliefs, but to sharpen them. When you read something difficult, your brain works harder to understand meaning and logic. That extra effort improves focus and memory. Over time, it trains your mind to think deeper and make better decisions. Try choosing one topic each month that feels outside your comfort zone. It could be philosophy, psychology, or even a book written in another style. Read slowly and let your mind question what it learns. Growth does not come from agreement, but from exploration. Reading with curiosity is how your brain stays young and alive. 7. Try to recall before searching. Every time you forget something, your first reaction might be to grab your phone and search for the answer. It feels quick and convenient, but this habit stops your brain from working. When you always depend on the internet to remember for you, your memory becomes weaker over time. Instead, give your brain a short challenge. When you cannot remember a name, a fact, or a word, pause for a minute and try to recall it by yourself. Close your eyes, relax, and let your mind search. Even if it takes a little time, this process strengthens the memory pathway in your brain. Scientists have shown that trying to recall information helps move it from short-term to long-term memory. The effort itself is what trains your brain to remember better. The more you practice recalling, the easier it becomes to keep new knowledge in your mind. You can turn this into a small daily exercise. After reading an article or watching a video, spend a few minutes recalling what you learned before checking your notes. This simple habit can improve both your memory and your focus. The next time you forget something, resist the urge to search right away. Give your brain a chance to work first. You may be surprised at how much it can remember when you trust it to do the job. 8. Do something you are not good at. Your brain grows the most when you feel awkward or uncomfortable. When you try something new that you are not good at, your brain has to create fresh pathways to learn and adapt. That is what keeps it active and young. Think about learning to play a musical instrument, drawing, or speaking a new language. At first, you might feel slow or even frustrated. But this discomfort is a sign of progress. Your brain is working hard to connect new skills with existing knowledge. Each small improvement adds strength to your neural network. Doing something you are not good at also teaches humility and patience. It reminds you that learning is not about perfection, it is about curiosity. You begin to enjoy the process instead of fearing mistakes. That change in attitude keeps your brain motivated to learn more. Scientists have found that trying new and difficult activities activates different parts of your brain at the same time, especially those that control memory and problem solving. This kind of challenge helps your brain grow new cells and build stronger connections. It also protects your memory as you get older. Try choosing one new activity every few months. It could be cooking a new recipe, dancing, or fixing something at home. Do not worry about being perfect. Just focus on learning. Every mistake you make is your brain's way of improving. When you give yourself permission to be a beginner again, you open the door to creativity. Growth often hides in the things you cannot do yet. Each time you learn something new, you are helping your brain stay young, flexible, and full of life. 9. Have deep conversations, not just small talk. Casual chats are fine, but they do not help your brain grow. Real growth comes from meaningful conversations. Talking deeply about emotions, goals, and ideas helps your brain form connections between logic and empathy. It allows you to think clearly while understanding others on a deeper level. When you discuss something that truly matters, your brain becomes more active. You listen carefully, analyze what the other person says, and organize your thoughts to respond. This mental effort strengthens memory, focus, and emotional intelligence. Researchers at the University of Arizona found that people who engage in more meaningful conversations report higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. Deep discussions increase brain activity in areas related to reasoning and emotional understanding, helping your mind stay sharp as you age. Deep conversations also bring a sense of connection. In a busy world, many people feel unseen or unheard. When you share your thoughts honestly and listen without judgment, both brains in the conversation become calmer and more open. This kind of communication reduces stress and increases happiness. According to studies in social cognitive and affective neuroscience, open and empathetic conversations activate the brain's reward system, releasing oxytocin and dopamine, which create feelings of trust and warmth. You can start by asking simple but thoughtful questions. Instead of, "How was your day?" try, "What made you feel proud today?" Or, "What have you learned recently?" These questions invite real reflection. Each deep conversation is a small workout for your mind and heart. It reminds you that understanding others is one of the best ways to understand yourself. 10. Change your daily routine regularly. Your brain loves patterns, but it also needs variety to stay alive. Doing the same things in the same order every day might feel safe, but it slowly makes your brain less active. When life becomes too predictable, your mind stops paying attention. You move through the day on autopilot, doing things without really thinking about them. Changing small parts of your routine is like giving your brain a gentle shake to wake it up. Try walking a different route to work, listening to a new kind of music, or even brushing your teeth with your other hand. These small actions force your brain to notice new details, make new decisions, and stay alert. That process helps create new neural connections and keeps your memory sharp. Psychologists have found that novelty is one of the best ways to stimulate creativity. When you expose your mind to something unfamiliar, it reacts by becoming more curious and flexible. You start to see patterns that you did not notice before, and new ideas begin to form more easily. You do not need to make big changes. Even simple adjustments, like rearranging your desk or eating breakfast at a new time, can make a difference. The key is to keep your brain guessing. A flexible brain is not only more creative, but also more resistant to stress and aging. Variety keeps your mind young, curious, and full of life. 11. Teach what you have just learned. One of the most effective ways to truly understand and remember something is to teach it to someone else. When you explain a new idea, your brain has to organize information, find the right words, and connect examples to make it clear. This process strengthens memory and helps your knowledge move from short-term to long-term storage. Teaching also reveals the weak points in your understanding. You may realize there are parts you still need to study more deeply. That awareness turns passive learning into active learning, which makes your brain more engaged and alert. The effort of explaining is what transforms knowledge into wisdom. You do not have to stand in front of a classroom to use this habit. You can share what you have learned with a friend, a colleague, or even with yourself by speaking out loud. You can also write short summaries of what you study and post them online or in a journal. The act of explaining helps your thoughts become clearer and more organized. Teaching builds confidence and communication skills too. It trains your brain to simplify complex information and express it clearly. The more you share what you know, the more deeply you understand it. Remember, knowledge grows best when it is passed on. Teaching is not only a gift to others, but also one of the most powerful ways to train your own mind. 12. Play strategy games. Strategy games are not just for entertainment, they are a real workout for your brain. Games like chess, Sudoku, or logic puzzles help you plan ahead, notice patterns, and think carefully before making a move. Every decision you make in these games strengthens your ability to analyze, focus, and stay calm under pressure. When you play a strategic game, your brain must balance logic, memory, and prediction. It learns to think through several steps before acting. That same skill is useful in daily life, whether you are solving a problem at work or managing personal challenges. Over time, these games improve concentration and decision-making. Strategy games also teach patience. You cannot rush to win. You must stay focused, observe, and wait for the right moment. This habit helps you manage emotions, especially frustration, which trains emotional control. A calm mind is a smart mind. You can start small by playing for 15 to 20 minutes a day. Choose something that truly interests you and play without distractions. Treat it as mental training rather than competition. As your skills grow, you will notice how your thinking becomes sharper and more strategic in real life. A playful brain is an active, creative, and confident brain. 13. Practice intermittent fasting. Food gives your body energy, but constant eating can make your brain tired. Intermittent fasting, which means giving your body a break from food for several hours, helps your brain rest and repair itself. When you eat all the time, your body focuses on digestion. When you give it a pause, your brain uses that time to clear waste and create new brain cells. Many people choose to eat within a specific window, such as from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., giving the body about 12 to 14 hours without food. This gentle fasting helps balance hormones and increases a protein called BDNF, which supports brain growth and protects memory. You do not need to make it complicated. Start by avoiding snacks at night and let your body adjust slowly. During fasting hours, drink water, tea, or black coffee to stay hydrated. You may feel a little hungry at first, but soon your energy becomes steadier and your focus sharper. Your brain works better when it is not busy digesting all the time. Fasting also teaches self-control. It reminds you that you are stronger than your cravings and that discipline creates freedom. Always listen to your body, though. The goal is not to suffer, but to help your brain and body find balance. When done wisely, intermittent fasting becomes both a mental and physical reset, improving clarity, memory, and emotional balance. 14. Try brainwriting instead of brainstorming. When people brainstorm together, the loudest voice often takes control, and many good ideas stay unspoken. Brainwriting is a quiet alternative that helps your mind think deeply without pressure. Instead of speaking out loud, you write down your ideas silently on paper. This gives your brain time to reflect and create freely. Writing ideas instead of saying them activates a different part of the brain, the one responsible for organization and focus. You can think without interruption and build on your thoughts step by step. When everyone writes first and then shares, the group ends up with a wider variety of creative ideas. This method works even when you are alone. When you face a problem, take a notebook and start writing down everything that comes to mind. Do not judge or edit yourself. Let your thoughts flow. Once you finish, read what you wrote and pick the ideas that stand out. You will be surprised by how creative your brain becomes when it feels free from judgment. Brainwriting is not just about productivity. It is about learning to listen to your own mind. The silence helps you go beyond quick reactions and find original solutions. The next time you need new ideas, turn off the noise, grab a pen, and let your thoughts take shape on paper. 15. Take cold showers. Few things can wake up your brain like a cold shower. The shock of cold water makes your body breathe faster, your heart beats stronger, and your mind instantly alert. It sounds uncomfortable, but that short moment of discomfort brings powerful benefits for both body and mind. Cold showers improve blood flow, helping your brain receive more oxygen. They also lower stress hormones and increase endorphins, which are the chemicals that make you feel calm and positive afterward. Many people say that a cold shower in the morning helps them start the day with focus and energy. At first it might feel too hard, so start slowly. Begin with warm water, then lower the temperature for the last 30 seconds. Breathe deeply and stay calm. Each day, try to stay in the cold a little longer. Your body will adapt quickly, and your mind will grow stronger with it. Cold showers also build mental toughness. They teach you how to face discomfort instead of running from it. When you start your morning by overcoming something difficult, the rest of the day feels easier. You learn that strength is not only physical, it begins with the mind's ability to stay steady under pressure. 16. Memorize a poem or song each week. Your brain loves rhythm, repetition, and words that carry emotion. Memorizing a short poem or a song each week is a powerful way to keep your memory sharp and your mind active. It trains your brain to hold information, repeat it, and connect meaning with feeling. This combination makes your brain stronger and more creative at the same time. When you learn the lines of a poem or lyrics of a song, your brain works in several areas at once. The language centers process the words, the emotional centers connect to the meaning, and the auditory system recognizes the sounds. This full brain activity improves focus, vocabulary, and recall. It is not only good for your memory, it also helps you express yourself better. Start with something simple that inspires you. It could be a short poem, a favorite quote, or a song you already enjoy. Read or listen to it several times, then repeat it from memory. You can write it down, speak it aloud, or even sing it while doing daily tasks. The goal is not to memorize quickly, but to repeat often until the words feel natural. Over time, you will notice a change. You will remember names, numbers, and details more easily. You will also feel more confident when speaking or learning new things. Memorization is not about showing off knowledge. It is about giving your brain the regular exercise it needs to stay flexible, alive, and ready for learning. Rebuild your mind, renew your life. You have now learned 16 powerful habits that can help you rebuild your brain and renew your life. These habits are not complicated theories or strict routines. They are small, practical actions that anyone can begin right now. When you repeat them every day, they slowly reshape the way your brain works and how you experience the world around you. Your brain is not a machine that wears out with age. It is a living, adaptable organ that changes with every thought and experience. Scientists call this ability neuroplasticity, which means the brain can grow new connections and strengthen old ones throughout your life. Each time you challenge yourself, stay curious, or learn something new, your brain receives the signal to stay alert and flexible. Transformation does not come from knowing what to do. It comes from doing it. Knowledge only turns into power when you act on it. So start small. Pick one habit that speaks to you. Maybe it is writing down your thoughts before bed, walking outdoors without your phone, or trying to remember a list without checking it twice. These small moments of effort send a clear message to your brain that growth has already begun. There will be days when motivation fades and your energy feels low. That is normal. The secret is to keep going even when it feels hard. The brain builds strength through repetition, not through perfection. Every time you return to your routine after distraction, you train your mind to focus better. Progress often happens quietly, one small step at a time, but the results appear when you least expect them. The modern world constantly pulls your attention in many directions. Comfort, routine, and screens can make you forget your true mental strength. But growth begins the moment you choose challenge over comfort. It could be learning a new language, reading something that expands your mind, or having a deep conversation instead of small talk. Every new experience builds new connections in your brain, making it more flexible and powerful. Take a deep breath and make a quiet promise to protect your mental space. Give your brain time to rest, space to grow, and challenges to stay alive. With each mindful choice, you build a clearer, stronger, and more confident version of yourself. If this message inspired you, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Fluent English with Radio. Stay with us on this path of discipline, curiosity, and lifelong learning. Your best life begins in your mind, and your mind is ready to grow young again.